What is it like in one of the most violent cities on planet Earth, Port Moresby?
G-block, all we know is red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum.
Hello. Papua New Guinea is the largest country in the South Pacific region and comprises the eastern side of New Guinea, including the islands. Crime in Papua New Guinea, both violent and nonviolent, have contributed to the developing country's crime rate being one of the highest of any country in the world. Crime throughout the country, particularly violence-related, has been influenced mainly by rapid social, political, and economic changes. According to the Economist Intelligence Unit's Livability Index, Papua New Guinea ranks 136th out of 140 countries. The major cities of Port Moresby, in particular, have become notorious hotspots for many forms of violence, criminal behavior, including theft, carjacking, breaking and entering, domestic violence, sexual assault, and murder. Rascal gangs are gangs known in Papua New Guinea to engage in all small and large-scale criminal activity. These organizations surfaced in Papua New Guinea's capital city of Port Moresby in the 1970s and have since then spread considerably throughout the country and dominating most areas. The illegal trade of humans occurs extensively through Papua New Guinea, specifically in Port Moresby. Men, women, and children are involved in exploitation, forced labor, and domestic servitude. Papua New Guinea does not have civil wars or all-out economic collapse. However, it is remarkable for experiencing high crime all the time. So today is all about Port Moresby. Spent all my time pretty much on Dago Island. This is the port here. It's this tiny port for those people going to Dago Island. Tiny port. So today, some things I want to see in Port Moresby. It is big, there's a lot of area to cover. I just don't expect anything to happen during the day. I'll have to get out at night to see if I think this is a violent city or whether I feel in danger, but so far it just seems like a Pacific Island capital. But I'm going to try and find the seedy areas. I'm not sure where they are. So this is Hanuabada, a suburb of Port Moresby. And there's a lot going on down there. I think that's some buses or something. Anyways, so this is a village. We're just going to walk through the food mart. Hanuabada is a coastal village in Papua New Guinea, in the outskirts of the nation's capital, Port Moresby. It is also known by its local name, HB. Hanuabada means big village, in Motu, one of the local languages of Papua New Guinea. It is northwest of downtown Port Moresby. It has a population of about 15,000. Hanuabada is separated into the Hanuabada Market, which mostly sells local goods such as peanuts, betel nut, bananas, and other consumer goods, and the living areas. Hanuabada has two living areas, the inner village and then the so-called floating houses, which are built upon stilts spread across the ocean. So this is actually in the village. So we were at the public mart. Now this is the village. Most of the inland houses are built on stilts, or at least portions of their homes are built on stilts. This is to protect the family home from storms. The houses are generally basic, but there are varying levels of sanitary conditions. Some homes have running water and indoor plumbing and bathrooms. while other homes don't. Most, if not all, the houses generally suffer from poor conditions. Yeah. Hello. The houses built on the waterfront are very basic and can just constitute one room for the entire family. The houses are all built on stilts, which can protect the family home from rising tides and when storms blow in. The sanitary conditions are not good, and the locals here generally live a very basic life without running water or proper sanitary facilities. This is Kira Village. It's in Port Moresby South. And a smaller village. It's not huge. I don't want to cross in there because that's probably their private property and they have the right to privacy. They wouldn't walk into your house, I'm not going to walk into theirs. The population of this village is like 400, and a lot of this is private property. And like I said, I'm not going to go on anybody's land. Pig there. 2 pigs. The village goes up from here. So this is the south side of the village. The north side of the village is up that hill. So this particular village, Kira, has 1 shower area, 1 wash area, and 1 bathroom. So it says private, not public, because it's for the village, but it's not for people that are not in the village. And then this is the shower area. So some people may have their own, I guess, bathroom areas. Some villagers have their own that they build, but this one is for the village. So it's 1 bathroom, 1 shower for 400 people, but there's probably more that are built in Kira. So I've been told a lot of people have their own, build their own, but this is like the village's facilities. So this is the Port Moresby fish market, or the biggest fish market in Port Moresby. It's called Koki Fish Market. So basically, the fishermen bring the fish right to the pier, and then people will buy the fish from the fishermen, and then they'll send it to the greater population of Port Moresby. So there's actually two markups. The markup when the fisherman sells it to the people on the pier, and then the people on the pier sell it to the people of Port Moresby. This fish is obviously very, very fresh. It's bought on the day that it's caught, and this is every day. And supposedly this is sold out by noon. So I'm here around 8:30 a.m., but all of this will be sold out well before noon. This is a Koki food market. So they have fruit, betel nut, they have clothes, and the peanuts are 1 kina, which is super cheap. 5 cents, maybe. Bananas, 3 kina, so that's like 10 cents maybe. 150 for a coconut, good deal. 1 kina, I don't know what those are. A lot of bananas and peanuts. Plantains, more $1 peanuts. 5 kina for bananas. Papua New Guinea has a ton of local peanuts everywhere I've gone. In Papua New Guinea, I see peanuts. Plantains. We're supposed to have a betel nut market here as well, somewhere. Oils, more fruits. Looks like yams and then potatoes, corn, gourds, a lot of coconuts. 2 kina, that's a good deal. That's nothing. It's like that's about 5 cents. Potatoes are cheap too. These smaller ones are 1 kina. There's some clothes. So the Koki food and clothing market, is much less busy than the Koki fish market because the Koki fish market is the biggest market in Port Moresby. So this is just kind of like a side hustle. Vegetables. $50, that's nothing. Like literally nothing. I don't even know what that is in USD. Less than a penny. So believe it or not, this is what the locals call downtown. And this area, the shopping plaza, is called Downtown Plaza. And this used to be the busiest area of Port Moresby, according to the locals. And other places just took over, and now it's dead. I mean, there's some people selling betel nut, but pretty dead. Not a downtown type of feeling. See, that says downtown plaza.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sir.
But this is not a downtown. There's much busier areas in Port Moresby. Bus station here. Looks hectic though. No signs really. So I don't know where any of these buses are going. They're all local buses, I think. But this is, I think, where you need to be a local, because there's no signs or schedule for what bus goes where. Morning. What bus goes where. So that's confusing. So I wanted to offer my final thoughts on Port Moresby and whether I think it's a violent and dangerous city. In short, not really. I don't think it's particularly violent for tourists. Dangerous? Maybe. It depends on where you go in Port Moresby. Every major global city has their seedy areas, the places that we want to avoid. Port Moresby is no different. There are seedy areas that you absolutely want to avoid. But my advice for Port Moresby that you generally be safe. Follow the guidelines you would for any quote-unquote risky area. Don't carry any valuables on you. If you do carry valuables on you, keep them in zipped pockets. Avoid seedy areas and always be aware of your surroundings. If you follow these rules, most likely you'll be fine in Port Moresby. I can't promise that nothing would happen because I can't promise that about any world city. But in general, I found Port Moresby safe, I didn't find it violent, and I enjoyed my time there.